Have you ever imagined you wake up one morning and the news is everywhere? State Department releases a massive batch of Epstein files. You grab your phone. The screen lights up. 100 plus missed calls. Dozens of messages. Your chest starts to pound. You open the first text. Call me ASAP. Next one. We need to talk. Urgent. Then the one that makes your blood run cold. Your name is in the Epstein files. You stop breathing. Hands suddenly cold. You scroll further. There's an email you don't remember opening. Sender, Jeffrey Epstein. Subject line already open. You read it once. Then again. How was your visit this time? Have you had fun? When are you visiting again? Your pulse is now in your ears. Because you remember. You were there. You shouldn't have gotten on that plane. You know that now. But 20 years ago, this looked like an opportunity. You're at a private fundraising dinner in Manhattan. You're the youngest person in the room. That's the point. You're a rising politician. People are starting to notice. A senior donor leans toward you. Have you met Jeffrey? You shake your head. He smiles like he's doing you a favor. Philanthropist. Funds science, education, global health. Very well connected. You're interested. Of course you are. Jeffrey approaches the table. Relaxed. Confident. Like he already knows everyone here. He shakes your hand. Firm. Brief. I've been following your work, he says. You thank him. He talks about education reform, scientific research, big picture global problems. It all sounds right. Polished. Practiced. You don't see a reason to be suspicious. Not yet. Over the next hour, he keeps circling back to you, asking about your campaign, your priorities, your future. He listens more than most donors do. That stands out. Before the night ends, he says it casually. You should visit the island sometime. You pause. He continues like it's nothing. Small gatherings. Good people. Easier to talk there. The donor beside you nods like this is normal. Like this is a good thing. Later that night, you're in the car heading home. Your phone buzzes. An email from his office. Subject line, invitation. Private flight included. You stare at it longer than you expected to. Your advisor says it's smart networking. Your staff says he funds half the people in your circle. You tell yourself it's just a visit. Just a donor. Just an island. You reply with 2 words. I'd be honored. You don't realize it yet, but you just said yes to the worst trip of your life. You board the private jet just after sunrise. No commercial lines. No crowds. Just a small flight crew and 2 other guests you don't recognize. Everyone is polite. No one talks much. The flight is smooth. Quiet. Too quiet. Hours later, the pilot announces the approach. You look out the window. The island appears below you. Small. Perfect. Isolated. Bright blue water. White shoreline. Dense green interior. It looks like a postcard. Your chest loosens a little. Maybe you were overthinking. The jet touches down on a private strip. Heat hits you the moment the door opens. Humid. Heavy. A black SUV is already waiting. Engine running. Driver silent. He takes your bag without asking. You drive through the property. Everything is immaculate. Perfect roads. Perfect landscaping. Perfect buildings. Too perfect. You notice something else. You haven't seen a single casual worker. Only security. And they're watching everything. Jeffrey is waiting outside the main villa. Relaxed like he's been here all day. He smiles when he sees you. Glad you made it. You shake his hand again. Still firm. Still brief. He gestures toward the property. Welcome to the island. The tour begins. He walks you through the main house. Luxury everywhere. High ceilings. Marble floors. Expensive art. Ocean views from every angle. Other guests are scattered around. Powerful-looking people. Nobody introduces themselves first. Everyone seems to already know why they're here. As the tour continues, you notice details. Small ones. Easy to ignore. But they stack. Cameras in corners. Doors that stay locked. Staff that never make eye contact. Hallways Jeffrey skips without explanation. You tell yourself it's just a private estate. Rich people like privacy. That's normal, right? By late afternoon, guests are gathered near the pool. Drinks. Light conversation. Controlled smiles. Jeffrey moves easily between groups. Always watching. Always listening. At one point, you check your phone. No signal. Wi-Fi is being upgraded, someone says. You nod, but something in your stomach tightens. That evening, you're shown to your room. Ocean view. Immaculate. Silent. Too silent. You set your bag down. For the first time since arriving, you feel like you're being watched. Around midnight, you sit up. Something feels off. You don't know what. You open the door and step into the hallway. Lights are dimmed. Most of the house is dark. You move slowly through the corridor. Your footsteps sound louder than they should. You pass doors you remember from the tour. Then you notice one thing. A hallway Jeffrey never showed you. Half lit. At the far end, a keypad door. First red flag. You approach it. There's a camera above the frame. Small. Black. Active. You step back. Your pulse picks up. Why does a private guest wing need this much security? You start to turn away. Footsteps. Somewhere behind you. You freeze. The footsteps stop. Silence again. You look down the opposite hallway. Empty. But now you're fully alert. Something here isn't just rich people privacy. Instead of going back to your room, you keep walking. Bad decision. The further you go, the less polished the house looks. Fewer decorations. More locked doors. More cameras. You reach a side corridor. One door is slightly open. You push the door gently. Inside is a small office. Dark except for one desk lamp left on. Papers neatly stacked. Monitors on the wall. Security feeds. Multiple angles. Hallways. Entrances. Guest areas. You spot something that makes your stomach drop. One of the feeds is your hallway from earlier tonight. The moment it clicks, this isn't just security. It's surveillance. Constant. Intentional. Focused. Your breathing gets shallow. You step back from the monitors. That's when you hear it. A voice behind you. Calm. Too calm. You're up late. You turn slowly. Jeffrey is standing in the doorway, watching you, smiling, but not friendly this time. You turn slowly. Jeffrey stands there, blocking the exit. Hands relaxed at his sides. Smile thin, controlled. You get lost? He asks. Your throat is dry. You shake your head. Couldn't sleep. He studies you for a second too long. Then he steps aside. Big place, he says. Easy to wander. He lets you walk past him. That's what scares you most. You don't run. You don't rush. You walk. Measured. Calm. You can feel his eyes on your back the entire time. Every step feels wrong. Too loud. Too slow. Too exposed. You reach your room. Close the door. Lock it. Inside the room. Your hands are shaking now. You didn't imagine it. The cameras. The feeds. The way he was standing there. You grab your phone again. Still no signal. Your chest tightens. You don't want to stay the night. You start packing. Fast. Quiet. You don't care if it looks rude. You just want off the island. You call the front desk. A staff member answers immediately. Too immediately. You keep your voice steady. I have an early commitment. I'll need to leave first thing in the morning. A pause. Then, of course, the line clicks dead. You didn't sleep. Sunrise comes slow and heavy. A car is already waiting outside your villa. Engine running. Same driver. Same silence. Your bag is taken from your hand again. You don't argue. At the airstrip, the jet is ready. Fueling complete. Crew already in position. Like they expected this. Jeffrey is not there to see you off. That bothers you more than if he had been. You buckle in. The plane starts moving. Only when the island begins to shrink below you do you finally breathe. But the feeling doesn't go away. Because now you know. You weren't just a guest. You were being watched the entire time. Weeks pass, but it doesn't die down. If anything, it gets louder. Your name is everywhere now. Comment sections, news panels, group chats you're no longer in. You stop opening social media. It doesn't help. Because the calls keep coming. Unknown numbers. Late nights. Heavy silence on the other end. One evening, you finally read the comments. Big mistake. They're not asking questions anymore. They've already decided. Lock him up. They're all the same. What a monster. Your jaw tightens. You scroll further. Then you see the one that sticks. This guy is a beast. You put the phone down. Slowly. Because the truth keeps looping in your head. You went there. Yes. You stayed. Yes. But you didn't know. Not then. People are cursing me, calling me a beast. But I was trapped. I did nothing there.